Hello, everyone, and welcome back. First story we will go through is my girlfriend came out as a lesbian before our marriage, and no one gives a F about me. You know what? F you all. Me and my ex, Dana, have been together for 7 years, and I knew that she was bisexual by the beginning, and she openly told me about her past relationships with girls, but I never cared because it wasn't a problem at all. We never had any big fight or arguments, but just small things, and we always sorted out everything. So after 7 years of relationship, I decided that it was the right moment to make the big question because we were deeply in love, financially stable, and already living together. So for me, it was the right time. I prepared everything to make it more romantic and as unique as I could. And when I asked her the final question, she hesitated, but then said yes. There the problem started because I didn't understand why that hesitation. And I asked her, but she only replied, I was nervous, so I gave up. We told this to her parents. Mine died when I was 20, and my little sister when she was 17 in a car accident. And our friends. But even here, some things were off because her parents were faking to be happy. And I didn't understand why, while our friends were super happy and were already telling us ideas for our wedding. 4 months passed by, and we were planning our wedding when the day came up. I came back home from work, and she was waiting for me with her bags ready, and I asked her what was going on. She told me, listen, I know that this is going to be hard for you, but I'm not bi, I'm lesbian. My parents knew this for 2 years, and this is why they weren't happy and were faking it. Please, I beg you to not make it difficult, and just let me leave. Don't cry, don't beg me, and don't scream. Let's just do things like adults. And then she drove away. I was standing there on my feet for like 1 hour in shock, because I couldn't believe it. We passed by getting married to Dana coming out, like a heartless and cold girl that I couldn't recognize. The worst thing comes now, because 3 months passed by that day. I canceled the wedding, and literally no one ever texted me or called me, asking me how I was, if I was fine, if I needed something, just nothing. Not her parents, not her. She blocked me that day, and not even our friends. No one gives a F about me at all. In these 3 months, I was hospitalized 3 times because I lost weight, 15 kilograms, and have insomnia. I just work and come home, nothing else, while everyone is praising her for coming out. How good is she to finally realize she was lesbian and her courage to be herself, after years of fighting to find her true identity? Right now, I'm not even capable of being mad. I'm just in disbelief for what happened, how fast it all happened, and that no one gives a F about me because her coming out is more important than her ex. You know what? F them all. They showed me their true color, and F my ex. Edit. What the F? I just turned off my phone for 2 hours and went for a walk around my city. Honestly, I wasn't expecting all this support because I couldn't even imagine someone actually reading this. Believe me, I want to trust you and believe that all these kind comments are true, but right now, I can't. I just saw everyone that was supposed to love me and care about me, ignoring me, and ghosting me, so I lost hope in people, and especially for strangers on the internet. I hope to come here again in a few months and read this all again and believe you, but now I can't. You all seem good people and sincere, but believe me for how much I want to trust you. I simply can't right now, but I want to thank you all anyway. I'm not okay, and the 3 times I was hospitalized, I tried to off myself, but I'm not good even at doing that. For 3 months, I thought again and again and again. If I was the problem, what could I do better? What did I do wrong? But nothing changes. So here I'm in the middle of effing nowhere, seated on a sidewalk like a homeless person reading strangers' comments on a post that I don't even know why I posted. Again, thank you all. Act like adults, but then ran away like a child. She is not brave for coming out. F your ex. She is selfish and coward, and should have broken it off when she realized she is a lesbian instead of wasting 2 years of your life. And F your friends too for abandoning you in time of need. They were never your real friends. And now the update. So here we go again, like in GTA San Andreas. But this time is more painful and shocking at the same time because today and yesterday night, a lot happened. Like some of you folks said, somehow one of my ex-friends saw my post on TikTok, and the absolute mess started and is still going on right now. This ex-friend, I will call him Paul, reached out to me and basically told me that he saw the post and knew that it was me because I used my ex real name, Dana, and was shocked to know what really happened. Because apparently Dana told my ex-friends that she came out to me as a lesbian, and I tried to lay hands on her and threatened her, and she told them to not contact me again. They all believed her, but then when they all saw my post, they started pressuring her if my post was telling the truth or not, and she admitted the lie. Since Paul's text, I received a ton of texts and calls from everyone asking me if I'm fine. They are sorry for believing Dana and not texting me first, and apologies. But then there's the real issue. Dana. She texted me asking to forgive her, that she was sorry for how bad she treated me, and admitting that she invented it all because she was afraid to lose friends. And unfortunately, it's not all, because I got a text from her girlfriend, Mary, and basically she told me that she is sorry for Dana's behavior and for what she did, and here comes the issue, that she knew Dana since a year. And she never told her about me, but always talked to her about me like a roommate. So she was thinking of leaving Dana. Now comes my part, because I made a new group, including them all, even Dana and Mary, and told them that I'm not changing my mind about forgiving them. I was thinking to sue Dana. Partially true, cause I'm not sure if doing it or not. And if they, my ex-friends, were decent humans, they would have texted me asking me if I was out of my mind to lay hands on Dana, or just insulting me via text if they really cared about me. Then I added some personal things about Dana and blocked them all. My blocking method isn't working because they are continuing to harass me with texts and calls from other numbers, and even making other people call me and texting me. Crazy shit is happening, and I really still can't believe it all, this mess, because I'm thinking that it's all a nightmare, and I need to wake up, but unfortunately it's all effing true. Then the other thing is that, finally, I saw a therapist today, a few hours ago, and I don't like to admit it, but I cried a lot because for her, the therapist, I never worked on my parents and my sister's death. And then this thing with my ex added, making me explode, so it's going to be a very long journey, and I hope to reach a point. I already had the number of the therapist there on my table in the kitchen, but never called, but this time I did, and hopefully it will help. So this is all, and I hope to update you not so quickly like now, but when I will feel better. I'm glad you stood up to your former friends. True friends would have listened to both sides of the argument. Your ex really did you wrong, and you have every right to consider legal action against her. Mary seems to be the only decent person in this situation. It's okay to cry. We've all been there at some point. Just make sure you do it in private. Take care of yourself, OP, and good luck. And now to the next story titled, Am I Wrong for Rejecting a Woman Who Once Rejected Me? I, male, mid-20s, spent most of my childhood and early adulthood focused on education. I'm not naturally gifted, so I had to focus and work hard, as my parents encouraged me to. Things finally slowed down later during college, and I found myself being more social. There was a girl, Nat, in my social circle whom I liked, so I asked her out. She laughed when I did, but she said it was just so unexpected, and that's why she laughed. Still, it kind of stung. She declined and said she wasn't dating at the moment. Spoiler alert, she was definitely dating, just not me. But whatever, she said no, I moved on. I got a good job out of my hometown, partly based on my good school performance and connections through internship. Two of the guys from work, let's call them Tony and Steve, mid to late 30s, hung out with me a lot and got me to come out of my shell more. They told me to start coming to the gym with them because they were tired of looking at my beanpole ass. I had a lot of fun and improved my body drastically. Now, Tony and Steve were a couple, so whenever we would go out, they'd be really good wingmen and really got me out of my shell. I'm still a bit awkward, but much more comfortable in social situations now that I've got some experience. This happened over the course of like 2 years. I wound up asking my job to work remotely to be closer to my family, health/money issues back home, not going to get into it, and got approved as long as I travel back to the office quarterly for important meetings and stuff. So now I'm back home. Again, I ran into Nat at the grocery store a few weeks ago. Turns out she's raising a kid on her own now and generally doing well for herself. We ran into each other again at a mutual friend's party. This is when she asked when I was going to ask her out again. I said the thought hadn't really crossed my mind, and she seemed offended, like, why not? I said I'm not interested and thought that was that. I did kind of remove myself from the conversation quickly after that. Well, apparently that wasn't okay to do. Nat came and found me again and demanded to know why I'm not interested because you were interested 2 years ago. I told her that was 2 whole years ago, and she lied when she rejected me, and so I haven't thought of her in that way ever since. She said a normal person would be over that, and then said it's because she's a single mom, isn't it? I mean, honestly, I've no interest in dating single mothers because I'm literally just now dating around. I don't want to have to deal with all the stuff that comes with a situation like that. But more to the point, I'm not attracted to Nat anymore. I just simply don't see her that way. Am I crazy here? Like, why are her friends blowing me up because I don't want to date her? Tony and Steve are telling me that I don't owe her anything, but some of my friends at home are telling me to at least give her a shot. I haven't really talked to my parents about it, but my younger brother is saying I should try, and my older sister is telling me to trust my gut. I just don't understand why or how this got to be such a big deal. OP, you owe nothing to her. She wants you now because you probably got a good job and is looking for someone to take care of her kid. She thought you would be her plan B, and is now panicking since no one wants her. Her attempts to harass you are really pathetic. Looks like you dodged a bullet 2 years ago. OP posted a mini update, which is, after reading and replying to some of the overwhelming amount of comments here, I spoke with my sister last night about what to do. I don't like the chaos of this situation. It's a lot of anxiety, and I feel the need to resolve it. To that end, after much consideration and my sister's agreement, I reached out to Nat this morning and asked her if she would meet me for coffee tonight. I made it clear that this is not a date. It's just two friends trying to come to terms with each other because I don't like all the messages and comments from her friends. Nat accepted pretty quickly and said she'd like to clear the air about some things. The fact that she apologized for any craziness does give me some hope that our talk later will be productive. I will update you all tomorrow if I can. I appreciate everyone's time and input. Nah, don't meet her, man. Just block everyone and move on. And now to the update. Hi everyone, thank you to everyone who commented on my first post. This will be my last. Some of you got very angry very quickly, and I wanted to clear a couple things up before telling you all how it went last night. I try not to attribute behavior to malice if there's a possibility it can be attributed to incompetence. I think the world would be a better place if we tried to do that a bit more and be a bit less antagonistic. I know I would appreciate the benefit of the doubt if and when I do something wrong, so I tried to do the same with Nat and her friends. Honestly, I'm glad I did. Nat has been in the periphery of my life for a long time. We weren't ever really close, but being from the same town, you get the general idea of who a person is over time. I was shocked at her behavior because I thought it was unlike her. Her friends reaching out to me surprised me and had me feeling anxious because I'm honestly not used to that much social attention all at once, the tone and content of the attention notwithstanding. These are not inherently bad people. I believe they are just generally good people who are behaving poorly. Anyway, what you all really want to know. I met Nat for coffee, well, tea, at a local coffee shop last night. She showed up late, after I did, and said it was because of some childcare stuff she had to take care of. It turned out that her son's father is very much in their lives, but just as a co-parent. The reason she is single is because co-parents is really all they can be together. They did not work well as a couple at all. But from Nat's own admission, her son's father is a very good dad, dedicated, caring, and supportive. I said to Nat that these last couple weeks were very stressful for me because of her friends contacting me about her, and that I'm sorry that she was offended or hurt by my saying no, but I'm not sorry for saying no. Nat stopped me and apologized herself. She said she didn't intend for any of that to happen. She just has some very loyal and passionate friends. She also said sorry for how she behaved at the party and gave me some very helpful context. Nat had just recently started dating again and has not been having much luck. She expected as much, but she didn't expect people to be so uncaring about it. The last guy she met was quite cruel about her being used goods and harshly rejected her specifically for being a single mom. So that was fresh in her mind. Nat said she saw me and was attracted to me not just physically, but that I was less socially awkward and could hold somewhat of a decent conversation now, so she was attracted to my growth. She said she remembered that I was smart and caring, but I was very socially awkward when I had first asked her out. Nat was adamant that she did not mean to laugh. She was genuinely just surprised because she never suspected that I even thought of her that way to begin with. I do believe her on this front. It turned out that she was trying to flirt with me at the party, and when I rejected her, the negative emotions she had from the last rejection just took over and she reacted poorly. She said she complained to her friends and they took it upon themselves to try to grease the wheels. To Nat's credit, the messages have stopped since yesterday after I first reached out to her and explained why I wanted to meet. In retrospect, I think I may have overreacted too. I believe this because looking at some of the messages from her friends more objectively, it looks like they were just advocating for us to be together, rather than attacking me for saying no, if that makes sense. But all the attention felt like demands to me, and I may have panicked a bit. So that's basically it, everyone. I apologized, she apologized, and it's all a lot more mundane than I think some people may have expected. No, we're still not dating, and we're both okay with that. Though we did agree that, if the opportunity presents itself down the line and the timing is right, one or both of us may try, gently, approaching the idea again. I don't know if I ever expect that to happen, but it's not entirely a bad thought. Just not a thought I would entertain for at least a few years from now. I like my life the way it is for now. Bro, don't ever entertain the idea of dating her. You sound like a nice guy. She is a mess. She is lying and only wants you because no one wants her. And why the hell her friends think it is okay to gang up on someone they don't even know. Her company of friends shows what kind of person she is. Block everyone and go no contact. And that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you stuck with me until the end, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content. Until next time, bye-bye.